Radhe Radhe. My name is Tungavidya Devi Dasi, and I wanted to share with you my testimonial about how I started chanting 64 rounds or 100,000 holy names, also known as Lakshanam. First of all, I had a strong desire to chant 64 rounds, but I thought it was mission impossible. It was more than 3 years ago when I came to idea to pray to be able to chant 64 rounds on the occasion of Akshaya Tritiya. For those who don't know, Akshaya Tritiya is a very auspicious day for starting new projects or ventures. It is said that things that you start on this day will last, they will be successful, and they will grow, expand, and multiply. So I wanted to use the auspiciousness of this day for increasing my chanting of the holy name. The result was that I chanted on that day, but only 32 rounds. I continued to chant for some time, but only up to 32 rounds, and that with a great struggle. I couldn't reach 64 rounds no matter how hard I tried. Finally, after some time, I had to give up chanting even 32 rounds, and I went back to chanting 16 rounds. Around that time, I met Sri Dharmavira Prabhu and accepted him as my guru and my personal guide. After few months, one day, it was in September 2015, he blessed me to chant 100,000 holy names daily, and from that day on, I have been chanting 64 rounds without fail. So now you know the mercy of a pure devotee. It made me start chanting 64 rounds immediately, which is something I couldn't do with all my power. I hope this inspires others to start chanting, or at least to want to chant and ask blessings from Sri Dharmavira Prabhu. Seeing living examples in chanting is very inspiring. That's why I make this video, not to show off or disclose the number of my rounds publicly to get admiration from others. No. One of the most important things that I learned from Dharmavir Prabhu is waking up early, very early as possible. And this is the secret of all success, material and spiritual. Of course, it means going to sleep early as well. As early as 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. the latest. Dharmavir Prabhu wakes up at around 2 a.m. in the morning to chant the holy names. He has been doing this every single day for decades. It's a great example for me and others to follow. A year ago, I started working full-time, and I was very afraid if I would be able to continue chanting 64 rounds daily. I also must do so many household duties at home, but to my great surprise, I have been able to maintain my chanting standard even with such a busy daily schedule. It is due to blessings of Dharmavir Prabhu, but also due to my desire to chant and good organization of daily activities. Now I want to add few words about the absolute necessity and importance of a bona fide guru. I always knew in my heart that I wanted to have a pure devotee, a self-realized soul as my guru, not just anyone wearing a dress of a guru or being considered guru by ignorant people. I prayed sincerely for a long time to Lord Balaram to send me such a guru. After few great disappointments, Sri Balaram and Srila Prabhupada sent me Dharmavira Prabhu. I know from my personal experience that it's not possible to guide yourself towards the ultimate goal of life, which is attaining Krishna Prema, or pure devotion or full surrender. It's okay in the beginning of one's spiritual awakening, but to make a significant spiritual advancement, one must be guided by a bona fide guru and serve him very nicely to the best of one's abilities. This serving, receiving instructions, and chastisement is not possible without a bona fide living guru. Srila Prabhupada said in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, verses 8 till 12, in his purport, transcendental life begins when one accepts a bona fide spiritual master. It begins only then. Accepting a non-bona fide guru means you haven't even started transcendental life. Further, serving a false guru won't give you any spiritual result. On the contrary, you will get karmic reaction, as it is ordinary karma kanda. Likewise, the same thing will happen if you hear from and follow instructions of such a false guru. I am not making up anything. This is all written in the Shastra by our beloved Acharyas. However, serving a pure devotee is not easy. There is always a risk of committing aparad, so one must be very careful and aware of that. Because of aparad, you can fall down from mercy of Krishna at any moment without even noticing. All this actually means that Goloka Vrindavan and Krishna Prem is not at all cheap. It's not just chanting few rounds or singing in kirtans and taking prasadam, which, by the way, usually turns into personal sense gratification due to material conditioning from time immemorial. Devotional service of bhakti is far more than that, and you will know this when you actually accept a bona fide guru and when you are really serious about your spiritual advancement. If you want something cheap, you will get cheap things and you will be cheated. While attempting to serve and please a bona fide guru, you will slowly get to know the price for getting even an idea, a sense of what spiritual life is and what devotional service is. You will also realize that you have no idea what it really means to serve Krishna. We only know of experiences we gather through senses while living in this material world, but bhakti has nothing to do with our previous material experiences or material knowledge that we're so accustomed to. Therefore, we can't imagine what is spiritual world, what is pure service and pure devotion. True Guru will help you get a slight idea of all this. He will guide you step by step, and he will help this seed of devotional service in your heart to mature until one day you're finally awarded with Krishna Prem. All these things are not possible with false gurus. With them, it is all just a materialistic show in the name of devotional service. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, "It is the duty of everyone to search for a bona fide guru and serve him." Why did he say that? Because if there is no bona fide guru, there is no Krishna Prem. No Krishna Prem means no Goloka Vrindavan. We chant 64 rounds because we want to please Gauranga Mahaprabhu, who said that one should chant 100,000 holy names daily as a minimum. And it was him who set the actual chanting standard. In fact, 64 rounds is a little bit over 100,000 holy names. The concession that Srila Prabhupada gave for 16 rounds as minimum was given for beginners in spiritual life. You cannot expect a beginner to sit and chant for hours. So 16 rounds was definitely not a maximum, but a bare minimum, something to start with. So if you want to make a progress in spiritual life, and please find a bona fide guru and chant minimum 100,000 holy names daily. We have WhatsApp chanting groups, which is a great support to each member, and we have Facebook groups where we share all lectures given by Dharmaveer Prabhu. Thank you for listening. Radhe Radhe.